What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about getting rich with silver, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also make sure to subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Link will be in the description. And if you want to help support by getting some DYDSS merchandise, we got t-shirts and hoodies that have been up for grabs, but we just brought back the Stack and Don't Look Back, available in silver and gold. And of course the brand new DYDSS Maple, which was obviously inspired by the Canadian maple leaf. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today, I wanted to kind of respond to a comment that I received on one of my more recent videos. The comment said something along the lines of how much silver you would need to get rich, or something along those lines. And the way that I interpreted it was, how many ounces of silver would it take to maybe classify yourself as rich? I don't know, they didn't mention anything about the spot price, so I'm going to just go with today's spot prices, and I can already tell you that there's going to be people who don't even watch the video, they just see the title and the thumbnail and they're already, foaming at the mouth. Oh, you can't get rich in silver, silver's not about getting rich, it's not an investment, blah 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 blah. I understand all that. There's going to be a lot of people who are not happy with this video, which is fine. That's part of the reason why I'm making it. I like to ruffle feathers sometimes, but one thing that I did learn from my own personal experience, and one thing that I did learn when I kind of entered the realm of entrepreneurship a couple years ago, for those of you who do not know, fresh out of high school, a group of friends and I decided that we wanted to start a business together. Now, not to say that we, quote-unquote, got rich or became wealthy or made multiple millions of dollars or anything like that, but I started reading a lot of books. I started going to a lot of seminars. I started listening to a lot of audio. I started watching a lot of videos, and I was trying to absorb as much information as possible from rich, wealthy, successful people. And one of the ways that I interpreted something that someone said at one point, I don't even remember the exact source it's from, but what I got from what I learned is that wealth doesn't necessarily need to equate to abundant amounts of money. You don't need to be a multi-millionaire to maybe classify yourself as rich or wealthy. You don't need to be making enough money to buy a mansion and 6 Lamborghinis. You don't need to be that top income earner. You don't need to have insane amounts of cash, is what I'm trying to say. For example, if you rent a $700 studio apartment, and maybe, let's just say you don't even drive a car, so you don't have to worry about car payments, you don't have to worry about insurance, you don't have to worry about gas, you don't have to worry about any of that. Tickets, parking tickets, whatever. None of that plays a role in your life. You ride a bicycle, let's just say, just for the sake of the conversation, you're a minimalist. You have very little, and your expenses are very, very low. So after the $700 rent, let's just say other living expenses and food and this and that, let's just say that's an additional $300. So your monthly expenses every month is approximately $1,000. Now let's just say you have a home-based business, or you have something going on and it's making you $1,100 a month without actually having to go to work. You don't need to clock in to make money. You don't need to clock out and then all of a sudden the dollars stop coming in. You're paying $1,000 a month, but you are earning $1,100 a month without needing to go to work. So the money that you're making surpasses your expenses, and at that point, it might sound a little strange, but you can actually kind of classify yourself as wealthy or rich. With all of that being said, it's hard to measure how much silver you would actually need to quote-unquote be rich, because it really all depends on your personal financial situation. It really all depends on where you're at, what you're doing, how much money you pay per month. Depends on your expenses. It depends on your other sources of income. But, just to put this out on the table, let's just say your personal definition of being rich, quote unquote, in dollars that is, let's just say, let's say $5 million. With today's spot price, you would need about 250,000 ounces of silver. Keep in mind, silver is insanely cheap right now. $17, $18 plus a premium. It's about $20 per ounce, give or take. That's dirt cheap as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm no financial advisor, precious metal expert, professional, or specialist, nor am I a psychic. I can't tell you that silver's cheap right now in comparison to when it hits $1,000 an ounce. I'm not going to sit here and say anything crazy. I don't know what silver's going to do. Silver's very sporadic. But let's just say, maybe a more reasonable number. How many of us plan on achieving 250,000 ounces of silver? Of course, we would all love to do that, but realistically speaking, I don't know. So rather than $5 million worth of silver, which, by the way, I don't like measuring my wealth in dollars. I don't like saying $5 million worth of silver. I would much rather say 250 ounces of silver, but just for the sake of the conversation and just for the sake of breaking it down into math that everybody can understand, including the brand new stacker out there who's just trying to figure things out. Let's make it a little bit more simple. Let's make it a little bit more attainable. Instead of $5 million worth, $200,000 worth. That's about enough cash to buy you a house, $200,000. That's about 10,000 ounces of silver. Much, much, much more achievable. Not to say it's easy, not to say that, oh, I'll have 10,000 ounces by the end of the year. No, no way, shape, or form am I anywhere near 10,000 ounces. But if we're all stacking steadily, slow and steady, wins the race, if we're consistent, if we get what we can with the dollars, the fiat that we have, it's going to add up. Your 50 ounces of silver is soon going to be 100. That 100 is soon going to be 250 ounces, then 500. Then sure enough, you're already at 1,000. It adds up over time. We're not in a rush. None of us are sitting here desperately trying to hit 10,000 ounces of silver so we can sell it for cash and buy a house. That's not what we're doing. Well, that's not what I'm doing. I don't know what you guys are doing. So I don't necessarily know if I answered the question the way that the commenter wanted me to, but I did the best that I could. I shared some of my opinions. I shared some of my insight. And now I want to hear from you. Please head on down to the comments and let me know. What do you think rich is? What do you think wealth is? How much money would you need to classify yourself as rich or wealthy? Whether it be from a cash standpoint or a precious metal standpoint, head on down to the comments and do your best to answer the question. Please, let's turn this video into a conversation. If we're not talking about it, we're not learning. I want to maintain the mindset where I want to teach those who are willing to learn and learn from those who are willing to teach. So let's talk about it. If you guys enjoy the video, please hit the like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also make sure to subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for weekly videos. Just posted 3 new silver and gold themed vlog style videos, a hidden camera pawn shop integrity test, and the brand new mini safe lockbox product review. Links will be in the description. Go check them out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. We got t-shirts and hoodies, a bunch of gear that's raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, and of course the brand new DYDSS Maple, which is clearly inspired by the Canadian maple leaf. And we also brought back the Stack and Don't Look Back t-shirt and hoodie, available in both silver and gold. Any and all merch can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, please head on down to the comments. Number one, if you have any questions for me, ask away. I'd be more than happy to dedicate an entire video to you and answering your question. But also, two, what is your personal definition of being rich or wealthy? How many ounces of silver do you think you would need? Realistically speaking, how many silver ounces do you plan on getting up to? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.